Hey everyone, it is the Charming Giraffe, and today we are going to try an experiment. I am pretty nervous about this. There is some time constraints and just a lot of math involved, which I love math, don't get me wrong, but I'm just a little nervous. So we'll see how this goes. This is going to be the experiment I've been talking about probably since the beginning of this channel, where I want to see if the ratio of water to paint impacts the paintings. So my plan is to try 4 experiments this week. The first one where I do essentially a 20 to 80, so 20% paint, 80% water. Sorry, 20% paint, 80% Floetrol, and then 30, 70, 40, 60, and then a 50-50. The water that we're using will be the same throughout all of those, so they're going to be different thicknesses because the water is what thins it down. So yeah, I've got a lot of math going on here, so I'm going to get started. We'll see. The time constraint is with the scale here. It will like zero out. So I've got it zeroed out right now with a cup, so the cup's not being included. I'm going to attempt to mix 4 different colors of paint, white, yellow, red, and blue. These are all Artist Loft Acrylics. It's the one I use the most commonly right now. And then Floetrol. I put them in these little syringes in hopes that I can get accurate readings. So we'll see. It probably won't be 100% accurate. It's probably not going to be 100% consistent throughout all the colors. Today we're just going to mix the first one, which is the 2080. So I will go ahead and get started. You may get sped up through this process because it's probably going to be pretty boring. So here we go. I'm going to start with the blue. Okay, so we ditched the scale because it wasn't accurate. From what I remember, I think there was about 2 milliliters. So I'm converting my ounces to milliliters. So we needed 10 point something. So I'm going to use almost all of this that was in here. Where's the numbers? Okay. So less accurate than I was hoping for, but it'll be okay. So there's that. Now we need the Floetrol. So 1 second. So we need 42.5 milliliters. So we're going to call this about 12. So 12 out of 42. We're going to call this about 11. So 12 and 11 is 23 of 42. 23 of 42. This is 10. So 33 of 42. Okay, so we're at 33. I just double checked it was 42 that we're going for, so we need 9. And so almost all of this, not quite. So there's that. Okay, and then now we need 6 ounces or 6 milliliters of water. So I've got a syringe here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down these converted numbers so I don't have to keep Googling it. But we will mix this. This is the blue. And then we'll do the white, yellow, and red. And then this will be 2 ounces of each color of the 20-80 ratio. And then my plan is to do hopefully 2 paintings with it. Hopefully I'll have enough. I'll do a flip cup and a tree ring. And then we'll let them dry. And then we'll do the next one tomorrow and so on and so forth. And then hopefully by Friday we can compare the results. So that's how I'm going to mix the 20-80 ratio. I will do that off camera just because it's going to be the same thing over and over again. I don't know. I have some hypotheses, but I don't know. Sorry, now I'm just stuttering. It's really liquidy, so I'm wondering if it's going to muddy. But then I'm also wondering, because it's more liquidy, is it going to cause more cells? So we'll have to wait and see. But I will get this started and then we'll come back and do our paintings. Okay, we are back. We've got the 20-80% paint mix. First one we're going to do will be the tree ring pour. I am nervous. Supposedly, according to the internets, you only need 4 ounces of paint to cover an 3 ounces of paint actually to cover an 8 by 10. I've never really done any of that math to know, so we're going to try it for this one. Technically we have 8 ounces of paint, theoretically. So that should be enough to cover 2 canvases. If we find that this is not enough paint to cover it, our next 3 videos will be on 6 by 6 canvases. So we're going to get the tree ring cup poured, and then what we don't use in the tree ring will be our flip cup. So we will get started. I'm going to start with some white. Add some blue. I'm just going to layer these in one at a time instead of like doing multiples, like doing 2 cups at once. Just because I will try to remember the order or go back and rewatch it and make all of our pours the same pattern to see. Try to keep as much consistent as we can. Obviously, I'm not weighing how much I'm pouring each time, but it'll be okay. So far, the cup is amazing. So, it definitely appears to get cells this way. Also, I did just mix them, and I will mix them immediately and use them for this experiment. So, obviously, mixing versus having paint that's set for a while will have more cells just because it's aerated. Putting on some gloves because you guys know me. And then we'll get started. So, yeah. Here we go. Oh, and another thing here that's different compared to my other pours is I did not strain this paint as I made it. I did strain the Floetrol before using it, but I did not strain the paint. Can you guys tell which way my table is on level? So let's start this tilting process. Looks like we might end up with mainly blue and white, but I will try to maintain some of these other colors. So there's definitely some chunks. I will have to dig those out. But that was mainly just to save on the stir sticks and on the cups that I was using, because, yeah. Really, really, really loving this so far, guys. I know you can't see it very well because it's pointing away from you, but it's amazing. You can see it now. So yeah, let me grab the tweezers real quick, and then we'll come in for the close-up, and then we'll do the next one. Alright, so we'll do this close-up real quick, and then I will move it to a safe drying area and do the flip cup. So we have all these red and blue tree ring lines. I think this was our middle of our painting. I wanted to push it off the edge so that we can get all these other colors in here. We've got tons of greens and orange and purples and reds and all of them. All of them, literally. It's beautiful. Lots of blue, but you definitely get all those other colors in there. So, I will move this to a safe drying area, and then we'll come back and do a flip cup. We'll be right back. Alright, we are back. I'm going to keep this glove on just because it's already dirty. And now I'm just going to pour the rest of our paint in here for the flip cup. I'm just going to use the same cup that we had the tree ring in. No sense in wasting that paint. And it looks like the internet was right. 3 ounces of paint was probably enough. We did have runoff, so that's okay. just going to use all of it now that's left. I'm doing this a little backwards, like, I was going to say backhanded, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, this is my right hand, I'm right-handed, so it's weird, like, scraping with my left hand. So, there we go. Oh, I guess I should have, okay, I know what I'll do. Let's get this flipped first. It's so pretty. You guys probably saw that. Hopefully it was in frame when it all like splashed down. And then I'll put one of these on each corner, and this will help it flow to the corners whenever we go to tilt. So we'll let this sit here for just a minute, and then we will come back and finish it off. Alright, so I let these sit here for just a little bit. Sorry, you're swaying. We'll go ahead and get these off of here first. And then we'll do that one. Absolutely in love. Would it be amazing if the first experiment was like, this is the one. Here is the cup. And it could actually just be the colors. It might not actually be the consistency. This is my favorite combination. My only other is I do like to throw black in here just for some more diversity, some more contrast. But I was trying to keep it as simple as possible, considering I had to do this 1,000 times, or I will end up doing it a whole bunch. So where to go first? I don't know. Definitely from this painting and the last one would not say it muddied by any means. I think there are some areas where it blended a lot more easily, like where those greens are in the middle of this painting. But I don't get like too much of a sense of like mud colors, like indistinguishable. It just made like really pretty colors. I think no matter what the rest of these experiments turn out, like this, I might end up having to not pre-mix my paint anymore. I might have to mix as I go depending on what I need, because I love this. I love this section. I think I am going to tilt it back a little bit just to get a little bit more of this in here. Not too much. I don't want it to take over, but I do want more of it. Oh gosh. Those times when you literally are in love with everything you do makes it so hard. Yeah, love, 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 love it. Let's come in for the close-up. Alright, here we are for the close-up. Here is the section I absolutely love. There's just cells within cells and colors within colors and colors I didn't put in the cup, but they happen to mingle and just do amazingness. Like orange lightning here, where it's kind of like some lacing, some really bright yellows and orange. Little white cells, which I absolutely love. Green and yellow cells in the middle there. This is definitely like a pinker shades here. Lighter colors. Some more orange. So yeah, absolutely so happy with this. I will get this moved, so hopefully it will dry safe as well. Tune in tomorrow and we will do where we do 20%, or no, that was today. We'll do 30% paint to 70% Floetrol equivalent, and then there'll be the water on top of that. I will put kind of my formula of what I was doing in the description of each of these, just so you can have a better idea, because I'm sure I'm not explaining it very well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're going to enjoy this experiment, and you have a great day and do what makes you happy.